We are in Redding at the edge of the Sacramento River. I am with Dave Vogel, a senior fisheries scientist. And Dave, this location looked very different about a year ago. Now we have a flowing channel and all for the benefit of salmon. Talk about what you guys did up here.
Well, this is quite a success story in terms of salmon habitat restoration. Back in March of 2011, Shasta Reservoir went into flood control releases. It had unleashed about 20,000 cubic yards of salmon gravel that were placed in the river for the bridge construction project. When 50,000 CFS roared down this river, it swept 8,000 cubic yards of gravel, forever plugging the side channel, making the channel useless for salmon.
So talk about what that looked like. We see lovely water flowing through.
Its ecological functions were destroyed when it was plugged. If you could imagine, back 2 years ago, there were huge mounds of gravel here, completely disconnecting the river from the side channel. The gravel was probably about 10 feet high. Downstream of here, because there was no flowing water, the water was stagnant, full of algae and frogs, so it was worthless for salmon habitat.
And Dave, you mentioned that the side channel is really important in the life cycle of salmon. Why do you need a side channel like this for spawning reasons?
Well, side channels, surprisingly, are relatively rare in this area, which is the heart of the best spawning habitat for salmon. Side channels provide numerous features, habitat attributes. It's got slower water, shallower water, better food sources. When the little baby salmon emerge from the gravel, they're only about 1.5 inches long, and they can't tolerate the rigors of the very swift river flows in the main stem. So these side channels give them those favorable conditions for the little baby salmon to feed.
So it's very important to keep something like this intact.
We need more projects like this. In fact, because of the success of this project and the collaboration amongst the water districts and the state and federal agencies, more projects like this are now planned for this year and next year. They realize that their water supply and their operations are integrally tied to the regulatory issues associated with threatened and endangered fish. So the quicker they can recover winter run salmon, spring run salmon, threatened steelhead and so forth, it not only helps the environment, the fish populations, the fishermen, but it also helps the water districts.